4 this morning. When I woke
Yeah,
up.
good morning, everybody. We're live,
Good
and we're just
morning.
going early because we couldn't sleep anyways. We were too excited. Lots of things going on here, so
So excited.
we were just looking at the negative parts of a Trump win, and one of them is First Solar and end phase. Yeah,
Drill,
so
baby, drill.
187 First Solar down, but I just drew this quick channel for First Solar. It's just going back to this bottom of the channel here. Could be an opportunity. And speaking of end phase, I do have that chart too.
Sorry, I got to mute this more.
Yeah, and end phase is just going back down to my arc, right? I was waiting for that actually. I was waiting for a double tap. So
I'm sorry about that. I was just trying to get the. Once again, it didn't offer to stream it on my thing, so I'm just gonna post your YouTube link here.
No problem. But yeah, for those that are tuning in, and we're starting off with the negative parts of a Trump win right now. So
Yeah,
instead of the euphoric, right? We're just looking at end phase. But yeah, I was just expecting a double tap anyways of the arc. Boom, boom. It's getting it right now. So I think maybe I'll finally add to my position this morning. But my whole philosophy after it broke down, if you guys remember, it was like it's just going to take a long time. It's going to take probably until maybe even March of next year before this chart has any chance of getting bullish again. So it doesn't matter to me what I saw. Like anything between the arc and this 100, that was always the case for me. So therefore, nothing has changed with this down market. Nothing at all. It was always bearish when I had this bearish engulfing candle below levels, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, short-term bearish, still high time frame market symmetry. It's fine. And I do believe Trump was president during these years.
Yeah, like it doesn't.
It doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. It's like an initial reaction, possibly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because yes, literally 2017. Yes, Trump was president. He was president here, and how much did it go up? It went up all the way almost. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. So I wouldn't worry too much, but things are still following the symmetry perfect for end phase. And for First Solar, it looks like it's back in a channel too, right there. Just testing the bottom of the channel. So yeah, the negative parts of a Trump win, solar stocks, right there. Not good. But I guess we rambled on. Maybe we can start. Well, it's 1 minute left for now.
Well, let's give ourselves that extra minute to just go ahead and let's start. We'll start just well, yeah, it's like 8:29. I almost want to wait for 8. It's like 45 seconds more till 8:30. I don't want anyone to miss the indices.
Yeah, I wanted to start with IWM though because this is the thing right here that I'm
watching. Pull it up, and then people can kind of look at the IWM while we're stalling out for the last 40 seconds, so that people who are coming on time don't miss the beginning of the indices.
Yeah,
but
it's like
276.
You can't even see the post market little blue line. Why not? Because it's way up there.
Holy crap! Holy shamoles.
What did I tell you guys? I've been saying the 786, the 226 is the holy grail to get above, and it doesn't want to mess around. It's a big gap up, and therefore extremely bullish, right?
What a reveal.
Extremely bullish for the IWM is insane. So I think this is confirmation that IWM, all of Cathie Wood's funds, they're going to go. They're going to go, and crypto is going to go. Everything that has been suppressed for years is finally going to have its turn. And you might not see NVIDIA run like you did before. It'll just slowly go up. You'll see rotation into all of this stuff. And this is where you want to be. And this is why I started buying ARKK calls back at $42 a long time ago.
Yeah.
So therefore, those are leaps. Yeah, I have some leaps there. So they're going to be until 2026. So I'm just going to enjoy the Cathie Wood ride, the IWM ride, and just see where things go. So what I'm looking at now for IWM is basically just maintain this 235. Let's see if it can just maintain the 886. And who cares about back testing this 786 for the time being? Let's get the momentum going back to previous all-time highs, because it's one of the only indices that hasn't broken into all-time highs. So I think it's trying to get there in a hurry, like in
Yeah.
a big hurry. So I think we could probably see 244 by the end of the week.
Oh man, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go back like a dozen or so Triumvirate episodes ago, we talked about how this time around it would be the small caps leading ahead of the larger caps. So,
Yeah, huge 6%. This is going to be the God candle basically that kicks everything off. So super, super, super good. And it's not even going to be a gap on the weekly chart. It's just going to be a giant freaking candle. So that's going to be nice. But the daily chart, there's going to be a big gap. So we'll look at the SPY. It's going to gap up to all-time highs too, above 585. Nice. QQQ is going to gap up not to all-time highs, close, right? So this is more proof of just that rotation. Like it doesn't even want to go time highs in the morning. So just go where the money is going, and that's going to be small caps and growth and crypto and Tesla.
Man, and Tesla.
Well, Tesla's growth. Tesla's growth. So
Tesla is growth. Tesla is like many small caps all bundled together into one mega cap. But they're like all these small, tiny little companies that make up one big company. They can produce all sorts of crazy stuff.
Yeah, and Tesla could be huge in energy, super huge.
Do you want to start with your Tesla chart? I'm sure there are a lot of afraid nerds out there. They're wondering, should I be selling right now because it's gone up so much?
Well, that's one way to, nobody got hurt taking a profit, really. Right. But yeah, monthly Ichimoku right here, guys, you have to realize it's gapping up above it, right? So this could also still just turn into a wick and it could close back below. So we could see that. But what I think is probably most likely before any kind of wick is probably a run to 295 up here. That's what I think is the most likely before it tries to wick down below. So there's still plenty of time in the month. There's 23 days left. I think they can run it up to resistance. So if people are looking to take profits, it would probably be at the 295. Not really current price, because current price is just like floating in the middle of nowhere right now. There's really nothing in between there. So
well, the market's looking back to the left, right? And you go back to the left and you got the June 2023. That's the right 299.29 candle right there.
Yeah, so I think it's probably going to challenge 300. So Tracker kept on saying 300 by the end of the year. I mean, we might have 300 by the end of the month.
I know. Well, 330 by the end of the year. So I'm expecting it's going to break higher than the previous 299.29 level.
Yeah. So me personally, I never really like to take profits when price is just floating in between a range. I usually wait until it gravitates up. And then if that's what my goal always was, then yeah, I would take profits there. But since I'm going to wait for the thousands, I will not be doing anything for a while.
Yeah, it's like it's not even close to your target yet.
Not yet, but yeah, for people that are trading, like buying that bought support down here, yeah, you could sell resistance up here. Why not?
A bunch of other people did.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't break through the first time, but you never know. I mean, if Trump and Elon become best friends, this thing could probably just keep going. We don't know. Yeah.
And really, I would argue, just go scroll so you can see more to the left, more of the history there. This is really kind of like the third time it's come to that 300 level, right? Before, back in June of 2022, it got over 300 and then it couldn't hold it and then fell down to the 101. Then it came back up to 300 again, couldn't hold it, fell back to the 138.80. And now we're going to test it a third time. This could be the time that it gets over it, gets back to as support and keeps going. And with that said, I guess I'm ready to show my chart.
Yeah, I'll put you on right now.
All right, so here's my 5 minute 5 minute Tesla chart.
Subway.
And it's exactly $5 foot longs.
You're dating yourself. No.
I know. So this is exactly the chart that I posted this morning. All this price action is very bullish. Max, Max, I'm talking. And these test backs of support are are normal and essential. Why now, Max? Why now? What
He
are you
wants to
arguing
join.
about?
He's excited about Tesla.
Oh, he is excited about Tesla. All right, people, come here. He's excited about that person walking outside the house. All this price action is very bullish, and these test backs of support are normal and essential in order for price to continue higher. Max, down, down. So we got this God candle overnight. Robin Hood. We were watching Robin Hood all night go up, and the price just kept going higher and higher and higher. And then finally, we got the pre-market open, and it just shows all this. I was looking for a test. Well, I'm still watching very closely this 76.4% fib level off of the. It goes off the 101 low to the 299.29 high to the 138.80 higher low, and that's my wave start, wave one, wave two, and then so I usually look for 76.4%, and here we are. It just came within a few cents of it. This high here was 289.98, so within 15 cents of my target. I think it's gonna, as soon as the market opens, we're gonna get a wick at least up to test out that level. I would like to see it get over it and then test back to it and then keep going. That is what I want to see. If we don't get that, if for some reason 290.13 is still resistance on a full test of it, maybe it wicks over it and then can't get higher and then falls back down. Then start looking for first this ABC retrace, which is just a standard retrace, 382, 236, 618, and that's just back to 100% of the move, back to where we left off an hour after hours last night. The after hours close was 258.69, but even a 61.8% retrace, or even a deeper 76.4 retrace, won't close this price gap. So it's very likely this price gap may not get filled. May not get filled anytime soon anyway. I'm looking for, so I've got the three paths thing. I don't want to do the whole three paths on on the show here. I did it early this morning. I've done it before. Basically, if we do get over 290, then I'm looking at a larger degree path that would take us up to challenge the all-time high next. It would go up here to 4. No, it would go higher than that. It's this one here. It would go to like 435.96. Maybe it would kind of stall. It gets stuck under here under 417, but largely, no, that's it. It would just go to 417.02. Why am I cagey about this? I just didn't put this in the right place. All right, so that's it. If we can get over 300, it's going to run to 400, and that's all there is to it. Of course, it'll bounce around on the inside on the way up there, but that's what I really want to see. And then if it doesn't respect 417, then it is a fractal of what we had back here from 2021 to 2022, and it just keeps on rocking and rolling all the way up to 721. Now, I can't tell you exactly how long it'll take. It could still be probably in 2025. Wait, let me put that back where I had it. That's like the end of 2025, maybe. But still, super bullish. There's nothing. I've got tons of TSLL. I have no plans to sell it today at all. I'll ride this wick out. If a wick is what we get, I'll wait for a test of support.
You're gonna take profits at Tesla 300 for your TSLL?
I probably should. Well, you know what? Maybe just a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be so much resistance because you have like we have the look back, right? And it's going to look back at
that wick.
Yeah, that wick, and then after that, well, then it's up here at 313.98. So it could bounce around here for a while. I don't know. I'm gonna watch. We'll see what these MCDX banker whale candles look like, and we'll look at Danny's candle too. We'll see what Danny's got on his chart.
It's obvious going to be something of a Christmas color,
Yeah.
Something that Santa wears,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So definitely, my prediction is still 330 by the end of the year. And it's possible we get even better than that, but 330 by the end of the year is what I'm sticking to until we actually hit it.
Yeah, and I think 300 at least by the end of this month, maybe this week, but
That'd be
yeah,
so
there's still
awesome.
still a few days left. But right now, I can see a melt up to 295 because
Yeah.
there's really nothing stopping it right now,
As soon
and
as the
it is
market opens, there's gonna be all those
the only people going to be taking profits this morning is probably retail, and guess who they're going to be selling it to? It's going to be the big money, the whales. So therefore, enjoy.
there's gonna be all those people that are way overextended. They like, they borrowed on margin to
Yeah, the
short.
margin people. Yeah,
The margin people are gonna cause the melt up, and then the melt up causes the FOMO, and the FOMO makes it keep going.
yeah.
So you can see these are two order blocks right here. This is the Lux Algo order block. This big green block down here was what we had right up until this wick right here. As soon as this wick appeared and price went back up, boom, this order block showed up. So there's a whole bunch of people that want to buy Tesla from 280 to 278 that may not let price get down to the next order block below 275 through 265. So that's our short term Tesla. And after the Matt and Tracker show, I'll bring back my own show if you want to listen to me live, and we'll watch the open together. But I want to keep going so that we don't run out of time on Matt because he's got so
Yeah,
many great things to talk about.
yeah. I see coin on there, but let's do Bitcoin next because that's
Okay.
also exciting.
I do have my Bitcoin chart if you want me to just do it real
Yeah,
quick
go ahead and
here.
kick it off.
Oh my gosh, Bitcoin at new all time highs, or at least it did hit it right. Why do I have 1 minute candles on this? So here was the previous all-time high back here at 73,000. I was predicting 73,990. It fell just a little short, 73,608. But then here we go. Last night, 1:15 in the morning, runs up to 75,357. That's what I was predicting based off of a Fibonacci extension from this low down here. No, it was lower than that. From this low here at 65,000 to this high up here near 73,990, which we didn't quite hit, down to the 67,208, gives us these extensions. And so it ran past the 76.4, the 100%, and it seems to be holding the 764, which means it might just keep on going. It might have done a 764. It's kind of like a 382,236. Like this was an extended wider flat. Then it did 382,236, which means 1,236 is my next target. Like 1,236, then back to maybe the 764, but we already did all this, so maybe it pushes this higher and it pushes this higher. So maybe it does the 138 after all. So maybe we're going to 78,000, then back to 75,000, then the 2,238, 87. I can't even read this, 87,200 ish. But it could extend to the 2618 or even higher. So on one version of this chart, it just doesn't show up here. I've got kind of like this is like your resistance range right here. If you can hold it all the way up to here, look for some rejection under 90,000 and maybe an ABC retrace. Yeah, that's my TA. I'd just say look for potential retrace from if it got all the way up there. Sorry, I don't have a lot of room. It should come down to here. And this, don't extend it to the right. I'm taking too long again. It would look something like, I got it backwards. This one to that one to this one. Reverse. Yeah, 382,236,618. So that might, if this is the end of a 5-wave cycle, it might retrace back to 75,600, 700 ish, and then build up again. And that's just like wave one. So this would be the wave two, and then it just goes on. Then it goes over 100,000, and then we're in Matt's territory now. And his Gann charts are just way, way better at predicting longer term price moves. Oh, here it is way out here. I just kind of just bring it in that close. Yeah, this is my significant resistance zone for Bitcoin will be somewhere just south of 91,000. And Matt, are you muted? I don't hear you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, just waiting for you. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna do my 4 hour. I've been doing 4 hour updates in the Telegram all night basically, and
gosh.
look what's happening. Like just the 4 hour chart is so beautiful. It broke out from my blue level. We watched this. I even posted all this on X too, play by
Yeah.
play. It broke out. It got to the arc, and now it's even trying to flip the top arc to a support. And what's above there? That is 78, 79,000. So I think that could be the temporary next target if this does want to hold. If it doesn't, if it wants to come back and retest the 71, 72, that is a possibility too. But I think it could just continue to melt up as well after the market opens for stocks. So it's a possibility, or this week, I should say, not just today.
Right.
But
I
yeah,
think and like a cat, and you were looking at this chart earlier. If you squeeze it back a little bit and look at the prior arc and how price did that before,
like right here.
it just went right through the arc. It went right through the
Well,
two arcs.
yeah, well, it did. It did go resistance, but then it flipped it, and then it just went back to the 45. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just 4 hour, no matter which time frame you use, the symmetry of things, if done correctly, is pretty magical. And yeah, Cat always likes to do the log scale. I do too, but the linear scale has true market symmetry. And
Mhm.
because a log scale, it's about a percentages between the angles, right? It's not about just the true symmetry of everything. So that's why I like to do linear scale a lot of the times. So but yeah, Bitcoin looks fabulous, and I'll just jump right into coin right now because we can see some correlation to that. And actually, let me do the coin 4 hour chart first
Yeah, please.
because I want to see that. So yeah, the coin 4 hour chart, it did just gap up overnight since it's not 24-hour trading, but it went straight up to an angle, guys. See, I showed you this. There's a screenshot on X. Like this is when I bought Connell when it touched that at like 2202. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
it was like right when it hit that orange line, and then now it went up to the angle. So that is basically 220, and now that's the resistance. So it's really trying to break 220 to go above. And if it can't break 220, it might need to come back down to retest 208. So we'll see. But this is a good thing. Good developments for coin. Now on the weekly chart, it's going back above the weekly arc. So there we go. It did almost test the bottom angle again. Now you can see this orange dotted line. This is where it's going to open today, and that's above the arc.
Ooh.
But this is not. This is a weekly candle, so I want to see a weekly candle close above that arc, which would be the first time ever. So therefore, I am looking for that. I'm looking for a weekly close around current price or above for excitement. Otherwise, if it gets just turns into a wick and comes back down, then it's still going to be resistance and still stuck in this little wedge. So just got to watch that. Got to watch Bitcoin, see if it really wants to break out. So that's what my thoughts are for coin and Bitcoin.
That's fantastic. Fat Chin says that your new nickname is BTFD.
Buy the beep dip. Yeah.
Dip. Uh, let's
Yeah, I
see.
mean,
I
you got
could
to
show
buy
up
them.
just really quickly. We did this last night and yesterday morning. I'll do my Coinbase chart for everybody real quick.
Yeah,
Coin.
I'll put you
Oh
back.
wow! Look at this gap up. Yeah, I'm seeing coin wants to go to. I can't. It won't go necessarily in a straight line. Oh my gosh! Hang on. Back to the weekly chart. It wants to go to 36 or sorry, $366.66. That is my next target for coin. And on the way there, it'll go up in 5 waves. We've already had the 1-2 basically. Did I do that thing already? Haven't. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I won't take up time in the show. I'll do it for my show later, but, yeah, I'm looking for, like, much higher for Coinbase, and then ConL is the 2x, ETF long of coin, and I'm looking for much higher as well. Is it at 45.10 now? It's not there now, is it?
Oh, it's like
No,
33, maybe.
33.90, yeah, I see now, 33.90. But I'm looking for 45.10, maybe a test back to 34, then up to 62. No, actually, it would go up to 83, then with a test back to about 60.29. Oh, that's hanging up there. So yeah, Very bullish on Connell. Cat and Tracker and I, we all bought. I mean, I'm Tracker.
You're Tracker.
Matt and I'm Tracker. We bought a bunch of this Connell, and we're.
Are you
super
speaking to
excited about
yourself in third person
it.
now?
Oh God, no. I'm not that guy. Tracker is not that guy who talks about himself in third person. All right, show us some more, Matt. Show us some more. I see well, let's see. We go back to the earliest requests. Oh man, a bunch like you and Roblox and Mobileye and Meta.
Oh,
And,
EOS had earnings, so let's talk about
yeah. Did they do have they done their meeting yet?
I don't know.
Let's see. How are they doing? Oh, they're doing a lot better. So, yeah, USE dropped back on this really awful earnings report. It was like down, like it was like a negative 800% surprise on earnings per share. It dropped down here to 247, but that is still a higher low than it had dropped back to previously, even right there. So now in pre-market, it's up at 278. It's doing the recovery thing. It already did it at 50%, at 236, and now it's heading for the 764. So I'm expecting to see 309 as resistance next for EOS, and then it might just consolidate a little bit before moving higher again. There's nothing bullish. I mean, nothing bearish about this chart. EOS is building support to move higher. My next target is 573 for EOS energy. It just might take a little longer to get there than I was planning on. And that's just this wave chart. And then it builds on itself. And the large degree chart goes to 22 and 84 cents, $22. So I've already kind of built this out in my head, how it's going to go. I'm looking for 22.84 next after we get 573 and then a little consolidation period. So this could be 2025 right here. All right.
Yeah, I got one too.
For sure.
For my EOS. Let me just type it in real quick.
And good morning, Florida Sloth, and good morning, Jane Beaton, and everybody. Kay, yeah, I love so many people here today interacting with us.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love it. So here's my EOS, and this is what I'm really looking at. I mentioned on the triumvirate last night, people asked about it, and there was a wick down to like the 240s or whatever. And I said, I think it's going to hold this 382 zone to 277. And that's also my orange level zone, 290, and the beginning of the orange arc right there. It's basically a lot of confluence in this zone, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm not at all. Like, if it did wick below throughout the week, down to the 250s, 240s, or even down to this thing down here, not that one, but the daily chart, down to the 229 100, I think that would be amazing. But I don't even know if it's going to get there because I think this weekly support is strong. I really do. And not only that, that 277 also was a previous resistance back in the past, trying to flip back to a support. So people that are looking for some fear mongering or whatever, I just don't see it. I think it's just a successful back test going on. And it's the same situation that I saw for Tesla all the time, and people are afraid of those and never buy, and that is my opportunity to say, okay, I will buy for you and then go higher. So I might be looking at this one today, actually, just seeing if it does wick below two lower levels, maybe 260s. I think that could be my opportunity right there. So I do like it. I think the probability of this 382 zone to hold is pretty high, in my opinion.
Indeed.
For a weekly candle close. I'm not.
If you like EOS energy and you don't have it or you don't have enough, this is a good time to start just dollar cost averaging it down. Buy some now, and then if it drops lower, buy more.
Yeah. I don't. There's no need to panic at all.
No.
Because according to Fat Chin, my nickname is BTFD. So
Yeah, that's right. BTFD, baby.
You got a BTFD right there. Buy that.
And I just have to hit it one more time. The point that it wouldn't have mattered. It seems like the charts were predicting what we got, and what we got was a Trump win. But I swear, I wish there was a way I could take you to an alternate universe where Kamala won, just to show you that the market was still going to go up. Well, it didn't matter who was going to be president, but
probably not a gap up this morning, though. Like that's
not a gap up.
It probably would have been a gap down, but a gap down back to support. and that would have been the opportunity to load up. So the Trump win left everybody behind, essentially. A Kamala win would have had opportunities for people to get back in. That's the way I see it.
Oh man, I think I want to pat myself on the back real quick. Can you switch to my screen?
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, I just want to show you. This is my Tesla chart earlier this morning. Back, I don't know, like 6 a.m., 5 a.m. I did a super early, like can't sleep, won't sleep show, and I predicted that we might get this run back. I'm sorry, the resolution's so bad. Probably like maybe we're going to touch the 382, then kind of open near the 236, and that leaves us open with a potential path to finish a retrace down to the 618 of $270.64. Or what I'd like to see is for it to make a nice cup and then handle and then break out over 300. And look what we've got. I drew this just like this. Now look at it. Bam. So the 382 was where we got the wick. And then now we are trending right into the 23.6% fib right for the November 6th market open. So, ow, I just hurt my arm patting myself in the back. So my bullish, my favorite position, or my favorite projection is that this becomes a cup and handle, and then we just get out of here and leave the 290s behind. But if we don't, don't be surprised if it wicks down to 270. Don't be afraid. It'll probably build up higher from there. I don't anticipate it closing this price gap. If it does, still don't freak out. Tesla very super bullish from here. Don't let them shake you out of your shares. It's just getting started.
Yeah.
That's not even going to think about selling until, what'd you say, 900, 600?
Maybe $1 million. I don't know.
Maybe $1 million. There we go. His chart goes to like 5,000. No, 8,000, doesn't it?
Well, 5,000. Well, there it goes higher, but yeah. To know when I sell exactly, you'll have to be in my top.
In his Patreon.
Patreon, yeah.
Nice. What's the low? I'm sorry. I really want to. So, what's the lowest tier Patreon that a person can subscribe to you for the first time?
Well, I just weekly market updates for $4 a month. Then I got stock updates every single day, daily, Monday through Friday, which is $10. And then the tier 5 is the very tippy top. It includes everything, all that stuff, and the Telegram and the live stream, daily live stream at 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, and it's all there in the description on YouTube. You can just click the link and go there and check it out.
So cheap, you guys. It's an amazing deal for the amount of money that Matt's going to make you.
And also, I'm super busy all the time too, so it keeps me busy.
Yeah. I don't know when he ever sleeps. He's like constantly on there. He was up all night last night.
Yeah, I woke up at like 3 o'clock just posting chart.
My phone kept going ping, 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 ping.
All right, you got the meta ready. I see.
Yeah, I got my meta right here. I think that meta is going to run up to this 1.6. I'm very bullish for it into 2025. I think it will run up to this 1.618 level near 680, and all its prices just oscillating on its way up here. Here's our wave. This is just the wave 3. All this is like basically they did. Here's this little 1-2 after the pandemic, and then a large degree 1-2. 3, 4. Maybe it might dip a little lower. I don't know why it would dip lower. What is it at right now? 568. Yeah. So I think it could run to 680, and then with a test back, it would not be surprising for it to get a test back to 540 again before then just going bananas or 1,000. That's my.
Well, I got a day-to-day chart I wanted to show you guys for meta, for people that are afraid it's going to go lower. I got a fib extension here on a daily chart, and look what it's doing. Building a base on top of 567.41, and this is the fib extension from, I'll go to the weekly chart for that, from right here, from 2021 all the way down to 2022 of October. And this is linear scale, by the way, not log scale. And this is the 1.618. It's literally building a base on top of it, and it tried to go lower, but it doesn't want to. So I think that's the beginning of something that really wants to go up towards 760 ultimately. So this is still looking really good, even with a rotation into stuff like IWM and ARKK and all that stuff, crypto. This still has very good potential to go higher, just like Nvidia still has potential to go higher. Just maybe not those crazy exponential gains that everybody saw before.
Yeah, it's been running gangbusters already, and like we just said, all the large caps they're still gonna go up, but they're not gonna be as fast as the IWM as the small caps running up.
Yeah.
For this cycle. I do want to highlight there's one potential situation in which Meta could fall down into that deeper fourth wave, and that's if Elon and Zuck do have that cage match, and Zuck loses, then I think the shame might bring Meta down into a fourth wave.
Yeah, that could be possible. All right.
Highly improbable, but possible.
Yeah, not really probable. All right, so CLSK, I see that it's gapping up, but it's only going towards the 50% fib, which has been resistance. So that has been a challenge for CLSK for the past weeks. It did gap up above, not really gap up. It did have a bullish engulfing candle up above it, but then it came back down. And now it's still resistance. So I want to see a weekly candle close back above it. So that's going to be my target, 1207. And then if that closes above it, then the next target is 1370. Really, that 1370, that blue line is something that is going to be a challenge because I see lots of previous support, resistance, and it's the level of my GAN. So therefore, 1370, if I want this chart to be bullish, I want weekly candle closes above 1370. So until then, it's just going to be stuck for me. And therefore, just got to choose the MSTRs or maybe the coin. They are breaking out, and this one's still kind of stuck. So that's what I see.
We just need to see some more Bitcoin God candles.
Yeah, Bitcoin God candle would probably put it up. Once it gets back above 1370, I think this can really go. So that's gonna be the challenge, but it's just gonna take time. Just like in anything, patience.
Patience. That might be this might be a situation that calls for looking at the simple moving averages and looking at their interplay.
Yeah, like the 50 is up there exactly with the blue level too, 1360. So
yeah,
lots of
that's supposed to be a magnet for price right there.
Yeah. So get above the 1207 by the end of the week, then I think the opportunity to get to 1360 is also
right.
there.
And so 8 minutes after the hour is kind of when you like to start to wrap up. Is that right? 9:08.
Yeah.
9:10?
Yeah.
All right, it's 9:03. I have 5 more minutes. I've got a Unity chart for the symbol U, and I like it. Unity. I've done a 5-wave projection from this all-time low of 1257. The 3 it goes 764, 382. We haven't even gotten to the 764 yet, so I'm projecting about 26.5 bucks. Then it falls back down to 23. Then it can move up to 32, back to 29, and then up to $42, 41.93. And that will just be the first wave. Then it gets a little consolidation. And all that becomes a larger degree 1, 2, and it builds higher. And the next cycle challenges it'll challenge this level. I don't think it'll challenge the all-time high yet. It might take a couple cycles for it to get this high again, but it's well on its way.
Yeah. Very, very good.
Let's see. And then
they got some more. For RG, whatever, I talked about end phase at the very beginning. So if you just go rewind and literally the first few seconds of being on the live stream, it was first solar and end phase. So
I don't know. I swore I did a Robux. Oh wait, I think I'm in the wrong
chart. That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
I'm always on the wrong chart. Yeah.
Here, wait. Why is it not this one? Maybe I was in the wrong chart when I drew it.
Maybe you drew it in your dreams and you just woke up and you thought it was real.
Here it is. I drew it on the wrong chart. No, it's not here either.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I don't have a Roblox. But I like it. My son and I play it all the time.
Yeah. Just do you have another one? Do you have a SoFi Square, Affirm, or
yes, I got all of those.
TSM? I don't know.
We did Affirm last night. I'm looking for a test of 60. It might come back down to the 382. It might just hold up here the 618 though. So maybe 60 to 53. Then the 1618, maybe to 97. Then still comes back to the 100% level for the wave 4. That's going to hurt. And then the 2618 at 141. So if you want to take a screenshot right about there, there's my Affirm chart. And then what else did you say?
Square? Block?
A block, right?
No, SQ.
Yeah, you're right. Because it used to be square and then now it's block. And so confusing. Let's see. This chart never invalidated. That's great. Yeah, I've got this in a 5-wave projection up. It hasn't gotten to the 764 yet. It was just under the 382 as resistance, and now it's finally breaking out. It can touch the 764. All this previous resistance is just going to turn to support when it checks it out one more time around 74, and then takes off for 122, back to 103, and then on to 170 for the 2382, possibly though extending to the 2618 for $182. So in fact, let's just move this up too. Let's be really bullish on this. Maybe a little caution. It may not get to these 1618s, but if it does, I mean, if it's gonna be really bullish, it will.
Yeah, and at the end of the Triumvirate show, I talked about Square last night, block.
Yeah.
So you can see my analysis on there if you guys wanted to check it out. But there's really no more time for me today. But if you have one more thing you want to show, go ahead, Tracker.
Oh, you know what? I'll do Wolf. I see a request for Wolf. This is Terra Wolf the miner, not to be confused with WOLF, with his Wolf speed. So this is the miner. It looks like it's breaking out over this 1764. It's in the what I've got as right now is a 5th wave move. So I'm looking for the 2618. I'm looking for $10. So another from where we are right now, another 45% move higher. And then it should be doing an ABC retrace, which I guess it's almost time for us to do that. And I'll try to do it really fast. Retrace. Oh, wait, that looks terrible. Maybe back to $5. Yeah, 550. So it might do 382-236-618, right back to 552. And then this becomes the wave 1, wave 2, and then extends on higher and higher. And it goes way outside of this chart.
I would like that dip since I sold at 566 like an idiot.
Oh no! Coming back.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you take profits and you get left behind. So that could be the biggest risk now, guys, with Tesla too, taking profits too early.
Yeah.
A lot of things kind of want to melt up right now, I think, especially when just watch the IWM. If that breaks all-time highs, then I think the melt up will ultimately begin.
Just hang in there. The word's very bullish, and test of 300 possibly this week are the words to watch. And if it gets over 300, then the next thing it's going to do is run for 400.
Yeah.
So look out.
And with that said, have a great rest of the day, everybody.
Yeah, you too, Matt. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for all your dedicated and hard work. You got lots of kudos and thanks from your followers last night. Yeah. I just wanted to thank you personally myself for all of your hard work and all these beautiful charts and holding our hands through the tough times.
It's a
and
team
celebrating
effort. It's a team effort.
Celebrating with us through the good.
That's great. All right, guys.
Matt and Tracker out.